Noah Lyles has been making a lot of headlines lately. The professional athletes do not like him because he has besmirched the name of world champion.
Here's what he does. Okay. A lot of times people look at track stars and say, why couldn't you play another sport? Oh, because you don't want to get hit or whatever. And a lot of times they'll then flip the script and try to minimalize what other athletes are doing and make what they're doing that much more difficult. We've had the same conversations with baseball players. Me and Kenny Lofton used to go at it all the time because I'm like, ooh, him get a boo-boo on his pinky, he out for 2 days, right?
And what would he say to you?
No, he says, you only play once a week. I'm like,
counterpoint.
once a week? I'm like, do you see me? I'm like, it's off season. I got knots still on my body from the season.
Yeah,
What,
you're only getting that.
Hammy?
What'd you do? The only equivalent to that is like what, taking a fastball off the head?
Right. So now me and him could go at it because he was also a point guard in Final Four. So he played 2 sports. So it's a little bit different.
It's pretty crazy that Kenny Lofton Jr. is not his son.
that happened to me with the Canes recruit, the running back Chris Johnson Jr. I was like, we got Chris Johnson's son. He's going to be amazing. Like, no, they got the same name, dude. They're both
Chris
fast.
Johnson is like,
okay,
there's a million of them.
That's fair.
So I get it. Point is this, right? It's almost like a step up to say I ran track and now I play football.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of sprinters know that. And they try to diminish taking that next step as if, oh, you went and played football because that football speed is different than this speed.
Right.
And Tyreek is like, hold on, player. Hold on. And this is where, which I love it because, listen, Tyreek can go do what Noah Lyles can do. Noah Lyles can't go do what Tyreek is doing.
Totally.
And so
yeah, remember that was
you
a thing.
Be careful.
That used to be a thing with Usain Bolt. People used to be like, "Oh, could you put Usain Bolt on a football team?"
Right? No,
and make him
and
make him a football player.
I can't tell you how many times I created him in Madden.
Oh, did you really?
So many times.
Can I just tell you? And this is very important that everybody should know this in sports, right? We have all these people in football that take these measurables and try to determine how good a player is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the most important thing about all of it is how you can use those talents on a football field. Like people, when you say Tyreek Hill is fast. That's what everybody says. He is so fast. He's the fastest guy in the NFL. In fact, to me, as a football player, the thing that separates Tyreek Hill from every other player in the NFL is his ability to stop.
Oh, it's crazy.
And then go to that speed. So how do you use, there's a lot of fast guys that play football that sit in their ass at home because they don't know how to use that speed. But Tyreek Hill is so change of direction. All these things that make that speed that much more dynamic. So when you say, oh, this guy's a burner, I always kind of say, okay, whatever.
Here was Tyreek Hill. This was on Up and Adams.
Sprinter Noah Lyles. He said that Super Bowl champs should not consider themselves world champions. What do you think of that?
Noah Lyles can't say nothing after what just happened to him. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to come out and pretend like he's sick. I feel like that's like horseradish. So for him to like do that and say that we're not world champions of like our sport says like, come on, bro. Like just speak on what you know about, you know what I'm saying? And that's track.
Would you like to race him when he gets home?
I will beat Noah Lyles.
You think so?
I will beat Noah Lyles.
Like by a lot?
No, I wouldn't beat him by a lot, but I will beat Noah Lyles.
I'd like to see that happen.
And guess what? When I beat him, I'm going to put on a COVID mask and let him know I mean business. Because I do mean business.
But that's it. See, here's the thing.
That's so great.
Here's the thing. There's a difference in, like, when you think of football and basketball players, right? The competitiveness in those two sports is more hand-to-hand like you talking trash and dealing with somebody right across from you.
Mm-hmm.
So you are extremely competitive. It's a little bit different in baseball, and it's a little bit different in track, right? But that being said, I don't underestimate Tyreek Hill.
Beating him?
Yeah, I would not, simply because
apparently you just got to make it a 200-meter race.
but that's just it. Like a track person would say something like, "You didn't beat me at my best sport."
Mm-hmm.
A football player would say, "But I beat your ass," right? Because he's competitive. And so I would love to see it just for all the trash talk, because Noah Lyles thinks he's talking trash. That ain't trash talk. Tyreek knows how to talk trash.
Tyreek Hill, and I think it's best put by Jaelan Waddle on Twitter. He says he's a menace. Like he will, even if he doesn't believe it, he's gonna say it just to stir it up.
Right. But because here, there's certain athletes that, and I believe this too, that there were times where I had no business succeeding in a situation that I had success in. No reason. But I was so competitive that I just found a way to get it done. That's kind of where Tyreek is, right? When he was banged up, when he was hurt, you didn't know how hurt he was, but you could kind of see it. But he just felt that, hey, I'm just so competitive, I'm gonna find a way through.
My favorite thing with the Tyreek Hill is when he's playing and then all of a sudden, like, he leaves to go get the IV and then he comes back and he's like Superman.
Right. Like it's amazing. It's amazing. And I think that's one of the things that I miss about, sports, because there's no other arena that you can talk the type of trash that is talked there and then just go have drinks afterwards, right? People are so offended, people's feelings get hurt, people get sensitive, and just to not have that part of it anymore. That was the funnest part of it. I didn't talk trash, but I used to definitely give the stink out of somebody that talked trash to me after I say, oh, look who's on their back. What happened? Ooh, you really? I remember one time some guy he came up to hit me, and I just went right through him.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know he was hurt at the time, but I said, you really brought it that time, buddy.
Damn.
I'm just saying, because before the game, when you're on the midfield, they always go to the running back, because the running back don't say nothing, right? All day. It's gonna be over here all day. That's Crowder, right? All day. Oh, we're gonna be at this all day. And then you dump truck him, and he's just like,
I guess it wasn't all day.
I said, no,
early dismissal.
No, I go like this. Oof. Hey, it's 1:30. Are we done? Or we still, because 1:30, we still got a few more hours of today. Like, you just yeah. So, but that was fun. Like, and if you saw the guy at the bar, we have a drink and go, the world isn't like that. So I don't know if Noah Lyles can handle that, because Tyreek will say something or do something.
Well, he simply seems like, I don't know much about Noah Lyles, but I definitely think of the things we've seen since the Olympics and his beef with professional athletes, he definitely seems to have something very much against the way. He's
bitter that he can't play.
Yeah,
that's what it sounds like.
Like, if you're gonna not show up, you're gonna disparage the title of world champions. You're gonna not show up to an Anthony Edwards shoe launch because you're insulted they're even asking you.
Here's the deal. Here's basically what Tyreek said. You ready?
Yep.
You ain't a world champion. You ain't a world champion in one of your events, right? And if they show you the finish of that race, you still can't tell who won.
No.
Right? Don't come at me telling me I ain't a world champ when, the only person that could really say that's like Usain Bolt, right? Oh, I'm like, but he wouldn't say that. He said he was going to race somebody, but he didn't I just say
Usain Bolt though was like killing people.
Right, but that's
ridiculous.
what I'm saying.
Like,
that's what and Tyreek is basically saying you ain't that guy.
Yeah, it wasn't even an event when he was there. It was to go. It was
know what he did, right? Do you know what he did? So he would get $1 million bonus every time he broke the world record. So he wouldn't quite run as fast. So every final he could break the record a
That's
little
ridiculous.
bit more. And that's how good he was.
Take a break. Get you a training camp update coming on up. Back with more after this.
Four matches today.
What the hell,
I
have
got
we
it.
all
Woo!
feeling blue? Yeah.
I always wear blue. My wife says all the time,
Go blue.
"Hey,
That's true.
can you wear another color other than blue?"
You look good.
I'm like, all my stuff is blue. I don't know why.
Well, I would imagine half of it is probably free from Michigan. 'Cause you
No,
love a
no,
free
not
shirt.
really. Not really.
You
not
love
really.
a free shirt.
do love a free
I
shirt.
do love a free shirt.
Leroy has free shirts from like boxing trips from 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. It still fits. Good job.
He's looking slim.
He is.
Wow.
Well, you're looking good. Not a lot of people. 8 years.
My prime.
Same thing.
Yeah. We had let's see, when did we first go to our first? We used to go to a lot.
Yeah.
When we had the midday.
Yeah.
I got my
Woo!
the missus is very into right now bleep talking English speaking Canelo. Like she just keeps sending me TikToks of just Canelo talk. She goes, "Who is this guy who is disrespectful for him?" I'm like, "That's Edgar Berlanga. He's fighting him in September." He goes, "I want Canelo to kick his ass."
Whoa!
So we may be having a Canelo watch party at the Tobin house for
Hey,
Berlanga. Apparently she hates
Why,
Berlanga.
why is Sneethan? Hey,
What?
I'm not 67, you bum.
Okay.
If I was 67, I'd be like, to kick your ass.
Jordo says, "You guys should look at Precious Achua's IG. He's walking 2 lions and set on a leash.
Walking 2 lions?
There's no way that's real. I'm gonna have to look at that."
Yeah, it's strange.
Let's get to headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Our first headline before we get into our training camp update comes from Jeff Darlington of ESPN, who is dealing with a real problem we're having down here in South Florida, Leroy. If you could check your screen here. He has said, he tweeted out, "Here's a first for yours truly, ESPN resident Florida man. Our toilets haven't been effectively flushing the last few days. No idea why until I walked into our bathroom to find this."
Whoa!
Another iguana in the toilet, just like Jaelan Phillips, dude.
Damn, dude. Jeff didn't mention what
Hey.
area he lives in, right?
You know why his head is sticking out like that?
Hmm?
Because of the poop in the toilet. He's like, oh my goodness.
I can't rule it out. I don't know.
What if he's using the toilet? Actually,
He said it tried to go back down the toilet pipe, had to grab it by the tail to pull it out.
Whoa.
Well, I would have just flushed 8 times.
Damn,
Dude, you can't flush it.
Flush it away.
Your pipes can't take the iguana. That's why it wasn't working effectively, because you got iguana in the pipes.
Damn, iguana.
Leroy doesn't believe this. He thinks it's a myth. He thinks the iguanas are roaming around the house and they're going for a swim in the
chunked
toilet.
this right underneath the chupacabra or whatever.
You don't believe it.
What?
He thinks it's a hoax. You did the same thing with Jaelan Phillips. You don't believe that iguanas are crawling through the pipes.
No.
Is it because you don't believe it or you don't want to believe it?
I don't want to believe it.
You might be sitting there.
No. You
Whoa.
best believe I give a little looky-loo every time. And look, whether it's real or not, I still look.
That is dangerous.
Stuntz uses much better than a snake in a toilet. That's true. Snakes are not fun.
How is she later for this hour?
She hobnobs, dude. That's what she's out here doing.
There's not anybody to hobnob with.
There's nobody here today.
They're in meetings.
10 minutes though.
She's talking to somebody,
Mhm.
unless she's dealing with an iguana in the toilet.
Working on the
No.
newsletter. You think so?
Maybe.
I would have put it past this place.
Hard to say. This training camp report is sponsored by Miami-Dade County Public Schools Technical Colleges. Are you ready to level up your career game?
Yeah.
MDCPS Technical Colleges have got you covered. Choose from tons of programs, learn from top-notch certified instructors, and get real-world experience. The best part, you can graduate debt-free in just 1 to 2 years. Ready to make the move? Log on to careerinayear.com or call 305-558-8000. MDCPS Technical Colleges, your best choice for a brighter future. The offensive line. Yeah, we're gonna do little shifty shifts, put it back into the.
Hold on.
All right.
Hold on.
All right.
Before you start going through all this,
Shifty shifts.
Yep.
every camp,
Mm.
there's a lot of movement
Mm.
in the offensive line because they want to see
Ooh.
which crew works, how somebody can move around. So they do a lot of movement in the preseason and in camp. It's normal.
Well, the reason they're making shifty shifts is because their center is probably got a broken hand.
Okay. Again,
But anyway,
right.
I want to get to this because I need football guy to tell me some football things here because I heard a football thing yesterday and I love it. I don't even know what it means, but I love it. But so Liam Eichenberg's now back at center, and apparently Jack Driscoll and Lester Cotton getting time at right guard. All right,
Mm-hmm.
All right.
This is the plan with
All
Aaron
rise.
Oh,
11-11. Make a wish.
Make a wish.
I wish you would have got here at 11:05.
Dude, people talk to me and they don't realize. And I try to walk away and I can't.
So Lester Cotton is he says that this offensive line is getting a message from their offensive line coach, Butch Berry.
Oh, manly.
Yeah, man, Butch.
It does sound very aggressive.
Here is Lester Cotton.
One thing when Butch first got here, one thing that he said that kind of stuck with me since he been here was chop wood, carry water. So we just do the best that we can. We chop wood, and if stuff not going right, we carry water. Water is light when it ain't got nothing that you hold it on to. So that's our mindset. That's what we go with, and we just stick together. Like we just, whatever happens in the game, of course, the other guys they get paid too, just like we do. So things gonna happen in the game where you might not like it, but we got to chop wood and carry water.
Hey,
what?
Yeah.
What are we doing? What's that? I think that's like a ninja training. I think I saw that.
That's not what that means.
Yeah, you got to hold buckets of water.
That's not what that means.
Yeah, it has to be.
No.
Ancient Chinese technique.
You know what carrying water means?
I mean, like you got to carry water for each other.
No.
That means
town to town.
If I look a little plump in a picture,
you carry your own water. Don't have somebody else have to carry your water.
Interesting.
So, for example, Denny used to say that.
Hold your own weight.
Yeah.
Oh.
Denny used to say that.
Carry water, chop wood.
And one day we had a guy give up a couple of sacks in the game. And so everybody put a gallon of water in front of his locker. So we're giving you your water back.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's what that means.
What about the chop wood?
Chop wood. Yeah. Come to work. You
Like
come
a
to put
lumberjack?
come to put a day's work in and carry your own water.
Interesting.
Right?
I like
and carry water. It has no meaning if you don't carry water.
Well, I thought you'd just get thirsty chopping the wood.
Got to carry
No,
water.
but his explanation, nice try. No.
What do you mean? His explanation
of carrying the water? No.
He didn't say it right.
No,
Yeah.
it's chop wood, carry water.
I don't know, man.
But chop wood means you come do work, and the carry water is you carry your water. Don't have nobody else carrying your water.
Who knew? Apparently, Mike McDaniel's favorite philosopher has gone from Socrates to Butch Berry.
So, but that's what carrying water means. Carrying water means if everybody here's how the whole story goes, right? If everybody carries a cup of water and pours it into the bucket, we got a full bucket, right? And we can keep filling that bucket because everybody else is carrying a cup. If one person has to carry 5 cups, it becomes more difficult to fill that bucket.
Carlos V says chopping wood, carrying water. Pretty sure that was Mr. Miyagi training for Danielson.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
He did have the buckets of water, right, to do balance.
Saying.
Didn't he have to do that?
You're getting the carry water, Leroy, but you're ignoring the chopping of the wood.
No, I'm not. Chopping the wood, coming to work.
Chop Robinson.
Oh,
chop,
deep.
chop.
It's getting deep. Google says it's a Zen quote that means what we do on the outside should not change, even if we were to change on the inside.
And I'm more than sure that's what Butch Berry
I don't
meant.
like the way you
I don't
read
think
that.
Butch Berry knows
Yeah.
that. His name is Butch Berry.
That means they're going from the inside to the outside. Even if your position changes.
I'm just surprised Butch
tackle
Berry
to
speaks
guard.
above grumbles.
I tell you what,
Chop wood, carry water.
all offensive line coaches, very aggressive, except
Eat glass.
for Kurt
Ferentz.
Ferentz.
Seems like a very pleasant man.
He very pleasant. Like it was amazing. Everybody loved him. That's how he could keep that job for 20 plus years.
Dade South says Leroy carried water in those big ass shoulder pads like a camel.
Ooh.
Like a camel. Shoulder pads.
You do realize everybody's shoulder pads were that big, right? Yes, they were.
I don't know. You stood out.
I need a water break, Leroy, please.
2 humps.
About a can of water.
Glad I could be the center of your amusement.
You need 1 yard in the desert, I'll give you 3.
And I'll quit your thirst. Like, what are you doing? That's some ice cold H2O right there.
Vicky Valancourt.
That's some quality H2O.